we don't have enough people yet, and if we go to war right now, I think, Bill, the only thing that's really going to happen is the people that would put their lives on the line for the sake of their country, their family, and their children.
Let me just make a quick comment, if I may. I was really talking euphemistically about the hand grenades. I'm talking about information hand grenades.
Oh, okay. Well.
Back at them. I want to expose these guys. I don't want to go attack them. I want to expose them. I want to expose them in a way that the rest of the country can see them for what they are, because I believe that's what's going to be most effective. I just haven't figured out how to do it yet.
Start at the churches.
Yeah.
Well, hey, go hit Sarah Palin up and get some of that Heath candy bar money out of her.
John.
Why?
Talked to her this past weekend.
You did?
I did. She had her picnic up here.
Uh-huh.
And, since I lived here, I said, well, hey, free hot dogs? Damn right. Let's go. So I went over there. I even took some pictures. I'll send you some. But anyway, it wasn't a long conversation. It was very short. But what I can tell you at this point, look for more from this gal, because she came back stunned at the crap that she got put through. And you're going to hear a lot more about this.
I hope not.
No, I'm not talking about politics. I'm talking about her book. I think she's going to blow the lid off a lot of stuff.
Well,
because
as soon as she goes away, the better we will be.
I can't hear you, Robbie. Talk up.
He said the better
soon as she goes away, the better we'll all be.
Yeah.
That's the way she feels. That's why she quit.
Well, and
she couldn't do this while she was governor.
Wait a minute. What was so absolutely pressing to this woman that all of a sudden she had this epiphany that she has to quit her governorship to write a book?
Because she didn't want the state of Alaska liable for the statements that she's getting ready to make.
And
that's simple.
And wait a minute. Did I miss something, or do we have a bunch of communists that walked across the Bering Straits during the winter that are now living in Alaska that she wouldn't have support for what she wanted? From what I understand, people in Alaska love her. So
they do.
Okay, so how the hell would that? How would that be a negative if she start coming out with the truth?
Because she's not talking about the people in Alaska. She's going to be talking about Washington, D.C.
Well, okay. Well, there's a lot of people talking about Washington, D.C. I would think as a governor, using her position as a bully pulpit, could do more for this country by telling the truth if that's really what she wanted to do. I personally think, Bill, she's bailing.
With you, John.
I personally think, Bill, she's bailing because she's scared.
No, this woman doesn't have a fearful nerve in her body.
All right.
She didn't just come out of nowhere and become governor. She was our mayor for 2 terms.
Yeah.
She fought and resigned from the ethics commission down here and turned around and took down the ethics commissioner that appointed her for being corrupt.
Look.
The reason that she didn't go anywhere in politics, John, is because she can't be corrupted and she can't be co-opted. And time is going to settle this argument.
Well, and Bill, let me go back to my earlier statement. That's exactly what I need. Somebody that's incorruptible, wants to tell the truth, that they want to step down from a position that they could really, genuinely help people. Now, that's my idea of a fighter.
That's exactly what she is, and that's exactly why she stepped down, because she doesn't want the people of Alaska to wind up having to take the heat for the crap that she's getting ready to blow.
Well, why would Bill, this is making no sense to me.
Anything. She's a Zionist, for goodness sake.
Oh, Robbie, for God's sake, man, make some sense, will you?
She's a Zionist.
I've lived with this woman for 10 years under her government here.
I can see a Zionist a mile away.
I know. And when you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail. Have a great day, gentlemen. I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore.
All right. Hey, Bill, thanks for your call. I don't know. Hey, time will tell. We'll see what Sarah does, okay? I'll give Bill the benefit of the doubt on that, because obviously he likes her.
Well, all the guys like her. It's the Viagra effect.
Well, you got to admit one thing, guys. She's the best-looking governor that's been, maybe even governor in a long time, maybe ever.
Yeah, well, that's the sad commentary, judging a person by their looks.
Well, the same thing is true of Barney Frank.
Well, there you go.
Renee in North Carolina. Hello, Renee.
Yes. Well, I hate to tell you this, John, but I kind of agree with Henry.
Yeah.
The thing is, I think, we're about the same age, okay?
Who,
And
Henry or
no,
you?
but for you and I, I'm
okay.
like 57, okay? So it's like, but the thing is, the America we grew up in, we were seeing through childhood eyes, where our parents were protecting us. We were still on a steady diet of blue pills. We were pretty much protected from seeing the dark side. And, they love to spoon feed us this elitist vision of history that also hides the dark side. A good book that exposes more of the common man's perspective of what was going on is Howard Zinn's The People's History of the U.S. The thing is, it's like, I don't know, maybe, I've often said to myself, maybe John's real name is the Beaver, and he has an older brother named Wally, and he lives next to Donna Reed. But that's not the America I really remember. That's kind of like the television version that we all grew up on. But the thing is, that's not what was really
well, Renee,
going on.
I don't want to break this to you, but Ward and June were not my parents. But I pretty much had a Leave It to Beaver life. I had a very uneventful, very quiet, very nice childhood. We were poor as hell. But what I bought into was the ideology on the tenets of the Bible, and treat others as you would treat them. And the whole night I lived, I won't say an idyllic life, but I lived with a life that was set in principle, and I really enjoyed it. What I didn't enjoy was realizing that I was playing by one rule book and everybody else was playing by another.
Oh, absolutely. But the thing is, as we know, because a lot of the stuff that was going back on in those days that made it look so idyllic was because everything is swept under the rug. Yeah. As we know, because a lot of what was going on is still just coming out now because victims were too ashamed and they were, intimidated into keeping their mouths shut.
Yeah.
I mean, look at all the childhood abuse by the priest and everything that is going on back then.
Yeah.
But it was just all swept under the rug and hidden. It's just bubbling up now. So the thing is, I think a lot of that idyllic time was kind of what I call a blue pill illusion because of the way things were hidden and swept under the rug. And like I said, we were children. We had no clue. And one of the biggest evidences of this is I know I wasn't around in 1913, even though I'm 57. That shows that there was a lot of corruption, we know, with the establishment of the Federal Reserve. This whole thing started to go bad, John, before we were even born.
No, no, there was underlying currents that were very bad and very nasty at work. But no, I was just simply alluding to the point, Renee, that when I was a kid, we had public schools. We said the Pledge of Allegiance. When we got out of line, we got our butt smacked. You could go to bed at night, leave the doors open, leave the keys in your car, and the car was still there in the morning. We didn't have all the crime. We didn't have the invasion of the illegals. The tax critters out there weren't taxing us to death. We had a better and a more stable life. But I'm just saying that, the blue pill was there. I appreciate and understand that. I mean, you can go back almost 100 years here. Where is the poison pill planted in this country? Well, through the Fed Reserve. How did these clowns get to power? How did they influence government? How are they buying it off? We can go on and on. But you got to admit, 57 years ago in this country, the day you were born, you are 10 times worse off today than you were back then.
Well, see, I don't think it's that easy. I think some things are better and some things are worse. It's like I wish it was that simple. I think, some things were worse. I mean, I don't think it's really right that, they just went and lynched people. I just don't think that was really a great thing. And there's other things. There were a lot of psychiatric, of course, they're probably still going on today, a lot of psychiatric abuses, and of what they would do to people.
Yeah, but
and
okay,
stuff.
but
So
Renee, whoa, slow down here. Overall, question, yes or no? Were things better 57 years ago than they are today, yes or no?
No, because I'm not going to do that trap because it's not that easy. Like I say, because I think what's
I ain't got another hours to sit here, Renee, and vet this whole thing out. I would love to sit here and talk to you for the next hour, but I'm in disagreement with you.
Well,
I'm in disagreement.
I just was trying to put a different point of view because I think, like you say, we tend to romanticize the past.
Yeah, no, I understand.
And forget the bad parts.
Well, and